Hello, this is a short presentation on what absolute value is. We've talked about it before, not this year, but in previous years, but I want to briefly go over it. Absolute value is defined as the distance from a point to 0 on the number line. Now, if you think about distance, if I ask you how far you live from school, you'd say 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 10 kilometers, but it's always positive. Absolute value, and I abbreviated ABS for absolute value, is never negative. Never negative. Absolute value could be 0, but it's never negative. The notation we use is 2 vertical lines and the number or the expression in between. The absolute value is the distance from this point on the number line to 0, which is 5. I ask you for the absolute value of -2. The distance from this point on the number line is 2. Distance is always positive. If I ask you for the absolute value of 0, you would tell me it's 0. The distance from 0 to 0 is 0. All right? So if we looked at our number line, draw a number line here, and here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The distance from 5, this point right here, distance from 5 to 0, those are arrows, is 5. The distance is 5, therefore the absolute value is 5. If we looked at -2, 1, 2, -1, -2, the distance from this point to this point, no matter how you draw it, the distance is 2. Distance is positive. 1, 2. The distance on the number line is 2. Therefore, the absolute value is 2. If you look at 0, how far away is 0 from 0? Standing on top of each other, the absolute value is 0. Now, draw another number line here. If we looked at some point x, well, we don't want to put x there, but if we looked at some point x, and we said the absolute value of x is 3, then that means the distance from 0 to x is going to be 3. So I could go from 0 this direction, 3 units, or I could go from 0 in this direction for 3 units. Now, 3 units from 0 to the right takes me 1, 2, 3, takes me there. 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, takes me to negative 3. So if the absolute value of x is equal to 3, that means x has to be 3, or x has to be negative 3. This concept we're going to use in solving equations, which is the next video. Basically, anytime we have an absolute value of a variable equaling some number, we set it equal to the positive or the negative of that number. All right, hopefully this gives you just a little bit of an inkling what absolute value is, and we'll be back shortly with the next video. Thanks for watching.